Coffee. Hot coffee. To be fair, it's cold today. Oh wait, is this Chuck? Yeah, this is Chuck. What are you up to, mate? What are you scheming? I hate that we have this in common. I'll be honest with you, man. A break-in. A Jimmy boy. What's he doing? Is he just checking the house, making sure everything's locked? Paranoid. Creepy. Whoa. Oh, okay. Flashback. Who are you?
Why do the cards have holes in them?
Oh.
Is he hiring a magician or a con man for something? Jimmy related, I'm assuming.
I suppose that's to prevent people from cheating with them.
Scheming. I bet he's scheming. He is, isn't he? This is the thing. This is what's so interesting now with Chuck, is that I do feel like the Chuck of 2 seasons ago, even a season ago, would look at this Chuck and look down on him. I feel like, because he's lowering himself. You know what I mean? He's muddying his hands. I do feel like the place he's in right now, he feels like it's necessary. But I do find it very interesting how, yeah, I absolutely feel like he would have disapproved of this in previous seasons. And I think almost by doing this, he is being super hypocritical of everything that he's coming at Jimmy with. Okay, quick context check. While I'm wrong here and was just going to cut this and what I say next out of the video, I think it's still valid. This basically all came from me assuming that this guy was a con man. Now, we all know at this point, and I know having watched it, it's a PI. Some might think that this invalidates this idea of Chuck dirtying his hands, but knowing that the plan is to manipulate Jimmy and he succeeds is neither right or fair, and he's hardly holding fast to the letter of the law. However, anyone wants to argue this, Chuck is manipulating the law to achieve the goal he wants and he thinks is right. This is the muddying of hands, the scheming that I'm referring to here, and what I think validates what I go on to say in a minute. It almost proves that it was never about the law. It was never about being squeaky clean. It was never about doing it a certain way. It was always about being better, winning. That was always what was key. That was always what was most important to Chuck. And I feel like this proves that much more definitively, if not definitively, that it was never about being a lawyer the right way. It was always almost about proving that Chuck was better than Jimmy. And Jimmy was worse for X reason. The reason being he didn't do it the way Chuck did it. Like, he needed to be better. He felt better, and Jimmy kind of almost trying to meet him or meeting him by passing the bar, becoming a lawyer, wasn't okay. And while I'm sure there was that bias in there for Chuck, I don't think that at its root cause is why. I think it was because, like I said, Jimmy was coming and being like, I am on a par with you. We are equals. I don't think Chuck likes that. And that's my point, is that this act here, proving that the end goal for Chuck now is to get the better of Jimmy and be better and to win over Jimmy, proves that back then, that was what it was about, more so. And I'm not even saying that the letter of the law is unimportant to Chuck. It absolutely is as well. I'm just saying those were all reasons that were kind of almost flimsy on the surface, transparent, while under the surface, the roots, the foundations was this inner perspective that Chuck has that I don't think he'd ever admit to. Maybe he will eventually, that he just thinks he's better than Jimmy as a person all round. And if Jimmy ever shows any sign of coming close to that or showing that he's in any way the same as that, it's not okay. Not with Chuck. This to me proves that.
I hate to say it, but I think it might be time to kill the lights.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course.
This guy's very polite.
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
He's doing it right though, calling him sir every sentence. Chuck's ego, sated. Right, sorry, looking out. He's paranoid. He's checking all the locks, the windows, because he's paranoid of Jimmy coming in. He needs to know that this underhanded, this scheme, whatever it is that he's coming up with, is infallible. Sneaky boy, Chuck, sneaky boy. This is the thing. People might argue as well, by the way, because I'm very aware almost of there are some people being like, well, why are you not on Chuck's side? He's doing the exact same that Jimmy's doing. It's like, while yes, also more focally, no. He's not though. Everything behind Chuck's motivations is to bring down, to tear down. There's no empathy. It's all harm and hurt. Jimmy, that's never his true motivation. Not really. I'm sure there are examples you could pull out of there, but like that's not generally the rule, right? Hello and welcome to another Better Call Saul Sunday, the show that happens every single Sunday until we are finished with it. Today, episode 2 of season 3 called Witness. Who is that witness? We shall see. All right, folks, I'm going to ask this once. That's not true. I've done it many times. That is very true. But like, just for now, just indulge me. I'm going to ask this once, okay? Have you got your flamingos? Okay, this is a team effort. And too often now, I feel like I'm the only flamingo goer here. That's not okay. So for today, and today only, I'm going to assume you folks have got your flamingos and forsake mine. Just what? Just once. Just this once. Just this once. Because I trust you. I don't trust you It's there, they're there. Flamingos are here. Look at them. So many of them. So many of them, man. Got a tie, I've got a glass, I've got shorts. My friends, I appeal to your better natures. More importantly, I appeal to your flamingos. Good? Good. Hello? Oh, are these the guys Mike was chasing?
Drink up, guys. No need you falling asleep.
Coffee! Sorry, I'm not at all. I was always comment on the coffee, mate, okay? These guys are okay with me.
Hey, you take care of that battery? Anyone see you?
Nah.
Oh, you boys. You got cocky, confident, overconfident. He's gonna follow this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hedging my bets with this. I'm not entirely sure it's Gus. It seems too obviously Gus to be Gus at this point. But hey, they're teasing it out, so maybe that's enough to mean that it's Gus. I mean, at the end of the day, they might just be giving us what we want and teasing that as much as possible so that it feels really, really good at the end when you finally get there. It feels a little bit trap-ish. Oh. Again though, feels very Gus. Oh, witness. Do you think it's Ernie? Sorry, I was just thinking about the episode title. I was like, who's the witness? Yeah, this guy's making the pickups like Mike was, right, in Breaking Bad with Jesse. When Jesse tagged along, he was just going around doing the pickups. That's what this feels like. What a weird shot, by the way. This looks almost like a toy, like a model set. I think because of the lighting and the foreground and the background. God, Mike has not slept at all. Again, I am very concerned. I mean, like, there's only so much coffee can do. Admittedly, that feels a little bit like blasphemy. I take that back. Hector's place? Right? No. You do at work. Miss it, dude. You're gonna have to miss it. Los Hermanos. Yeah. It's good. Good. Okay. Nice. Perfect. Okay. It was just a tease. I like it. Perfect. When's he gonna get revealed, I wonder? End of this episode?
I'm Francesca Liddy. I'm here for the interview.
Francesca! No way! Interesting. This is the same receptionist, isn't it, from Breaking Bad? I don't know if I knew her name, but I recognize her. Interesting that she's been with him for this long.
That side?
Yeah, a little crooked.
Gonna leave it. Little crooked's good, yeah.
How come New Mexico doesn't call it the DMV like every other state? DMV all the way.
It really just demonstrates, doesn't it? The differences between Kim and Jimmy, just the questions they asked. Her, professional, down to business, and Jimmy just asking a nothing question. And that tells you a lot as well in an interview, you know. It gets to, allows you to get to know, you know, their personality, who they are.
Do you ever yell at them? I mean, geezers, right? How can you not?
Jimmy.
No,
Nor should you. That was a trick question.
Keep them on their toes, Jimmy.
I have to imagine you'll be giving up a good benefits package.
plans, but there's a bureaucracy.
Kim's little looks to Jimmy.
Good health care and retirement.
Yeah, looking at his watch as well. Yeah, her little frown. What you doing, mate? What you doing? Where does he need to be? Again, just subtly showing, you know, the differences between the two of them and Jimmy's crookedness.
Excel and Word? Wow, well, you had me at old people. Question, can you start today?
Jimmy.
Yes?
Now,
Fantastic.
can you...
Yeah, Jimmy's not doing this as part of a partnership. He's doing it for himself on his own there. You can't just do that. This is the thing. It's fine for them both to do their own thing. It's fine for Jimmy to do his own thing and obviously Kim doing her own thing. But like Jimmy does, I feel like, keep acting for the both of them. And it's like, no, mate, that's not how this is supposed to work.
What are you doing?
What, I like her.
Did you consult Kim as to whether she liked that?
She is our first interview.
Right.
Kim, you've been taking forever searching for a paralegal. We need help here.
I haven't found the right fit.
Yeah, because you're searching for perfection, and perfection is the enemy of perfectly adequate.
That's the bar here? Adequate? She's more than...
Yeah, no, that's funny actually, considering last episode and how I was kind of calling Kim out a little bit for her perfectionist nature, which I do feel like she is. But I do feel like that's very definitive for who she is and why she is so good. But it's funny to have Jimmy calling that out, and he's very aware of it, right, too?
I've got a commercial airing in 11 minutes.
Oh, really?
Be folksy. Okay, you need coffee or water, you need to hit that.
Cafe! Sorry. Big episode for coffee, I approve.
Offices of Jimmy McGill. How may I help you?
Oh, hello. No. Hang on. Offices of Jimmy McGill. She's working for both of them, isn't she? Again, Jimmy, my man. I mean, that, to be fair, that is a bit of a complication. It depends who's calling as to who. Do you know what I mean? But like, you can't just say, I just feel like that. Look, hey, it's not her fault. It's her first day, right? It is. It's not her fault, but he didn't correct her.
I'm sorry. May I put you on hold? Offices of Jimmy McGill, please hold. Sorry about that. What can I do for you?
That was nicely done from her, though. The little switcheroony.
Folksy, be folksy.
She's doing fine, dude.
Say, is that a dog I'm hearing? Oh, what's her name?
She's smashing this. Well done.
Cracker Barrel. Always helps to mention.
Okay, no. Stop backseating, mate.
Great, you let Margaret play inside. It's a hot one out there.
She's doing great.
Going over to Cracker Barrel because they've got such great air conditioning.
Amazing. Interesting. He's tailoring her for him. That folksy thing and the way that she's talking, very informal, works for him. Now I see her doing that for Kim's clients or Mesa Verde, and that's not going to fly. They're not going to be happy. Kim's not going to be happy. Kim's going to have a go at her, even though she's just doing what Jimmy told her / asked her to do. Again, conflict. This opening little spat with Jimmy and Kim here and the receptionist really just going to pains to highlight the differences and the growing pains that they're both having here and the little things they need to iron out, I think.
I'm sorry, but Jimmy is unavailable at the moment.
Who is it?
Mr. Ermin Trout?
Oh, hello.
I hear Cracker Barrel has excellent air... This one really don't want to talk about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Your new assistant's a real pip.
Thank you, sir. You drive safe.
New car, eh?
You free for breakfast tomorrow?
Cool, yeah, let's get together. Catch up. How'd you take your coffee? Because that is the most important question, mate.
You're gonna go inside, buy a cup of coffee, a meal, whatever, and...
Yeah? Coffee! Sorry, I'm getting way too excited. Oh, he's
right.
going into Los
This is what you're
Poetos.
gonna do.
No way.
Does he switch the bag with someone? Does he leave something from the bag inside?
I'm so hyped. Can I just say? Can I just lay that on the table? I am so hyped to see Gus and the fact that we're at Los Pollos Hermanos. Honestly, it feels a little bit like coming home. Do you know, like a little bit? Does that sound sappy? I don't care. I'm okay with it. Yeah, just that, and this is a different place, right? So, it's shown us already, Gus is not in the place right now that he is in Breaking Bad, which makes sense. He's on this path that he's mapped out for himself and he's building himself up and he's going to get there. But I like that, right? We're seeing Jimmy, we're seeing his journey into Breaking Bad. We're seeing Mike, we're seeing his journey into Breaking Bad. If we can add now Gus and see his journey into Breaking Bad, oh my goodness, I would be so happy if that is where we're going to go. And we're almost going to get this trifecta. I don't think we're really going to have Gus be introduced in the same way and be a character in the same way as Jimmy and Mike are in the show. But if we can have him in some regard being in the show like that, oh man, please, just for me. Do you know what I mean? For me.
Is it money? It's gotta be money.
Oh, is it the same? No, it's not the same place, right? No, it's not the same place. Are we gonna see him?
Coffee, black.
I like it. Fair play. Classic.
Would you like the Pollos bonus size for 50 cents more?
No.
Your total's $3.19.
Wow. For real? For what? A classic? So I guess a meal? No. With some coffee? I know this was in the past, but Jesus. I'd be lucky to come away with a coffee for that. For £3, £4. £3? You can't. I feel like it's lingering on the background. Yeah, that's a full meal. What's he got? Let me show me. I'm so sorry. I should be less interested in what he got for his money, but also, that's insane. It's a small one, but still. Dear Lord, we do live in the worst timeline, don't we? Yeah, it is. I feel like it's teasing a little bit. The background and the counter, kind of, keeping it in shot a lot of the time when Jimmy was there, kind of teasing the audience of being like, oh, he's going to come out any second. Oh, playing with us. I still suspect that they're testing Mike, because otherwise they would have either killed him or told Hector. The fact that they put don't in the windshield, and also because I know where it goes. I don't know, we'll see. I bet he's going to have to go to the counter because you can't really see anything from there, right? Very slow episode. I mean, I'm liking this episode so far because there's lots of moments of nothing, no great ranging conversations. Do you know what I mean? It's all just stuff happening over a period of time. I wouldn't even say you need patience for it because I'm enjoying it, right? It's a slow building of tension episode almost. We had that at the beginning with Mike following the guy. We had maybe 2-3 minutes of just Mike following him, nothing else really happening, and it was all very slow. It wasn't really rushed. Same here. We're getting kind of the Jimmy coming into Los Pollos, making an order, going to sit down, sitting down, looking round, things happening, guy coming. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of time with nothing happening. I know that there are things happening, right? But you know what I mean. And I feel like that's like a focal way that they're telling this episode, and I like it. It's nice. I feel like that kind of storytelling and shooting something that way, it does kind of build up that tension in yourself, the audience, because you're always waiting for something to happen, right? If you're waiting, being made to wait, you're like, yeah, come on, okay, and then, do you know what I mean? And so you're constantly building that tension in the audience by shooting things this way. And I wonder at that. I wonder whether we're gonna get Gus at the end or something at the end that just pays that off and makes like the episode actually feel really good, right? It's like an elastic band that's stretching, waiting for when it's let go, and then suddenly, and it's like, whoa, ah! Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of effect that it's playing around with right now. Yeah, I can't see anything. Confidence, Jimmy, confidence. Go order something else. I think he's gonna get caught.
Here you go. Have a great day.
He's doing all right, Yeah, good. Well played. Smooth. Yeah, you're gonna have to move across. How are you gonna swing this, dude? It's a little obvious. How much did you add? Yeah, my guy. You gotta curate that coffee, and your coffee will look after you. Trust me. At this point, honestly, I'm just an ad for coffee. Oh my God, I didn't even notice in the background. Because of his face, because he was doing so much with his face and I was entertained by it. That's him. That's our man. Gusty boy, come on. Come forth, sir. Come to the foreground. Come on. I know that blurry face anyway. Oh, hello. Nipple shot. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Sorry, what? Oh, and again, flash him at me. Sorry. It's getting weird. Did he notice? Did he notice Jimmy? Boom. What an operation. Jimmy's not even paying attention to him. Oh, I like it. Again though, the show teasing us. We didn't even see Gus, not really. In the background, blurred. You know it's him, that's the silhouette, but it's not really, do you know what I mean? So I'm still waiting for that. You know, that elastic band, pulling, stretching even further. Okay. This tension being drawn out, making us wait. I love it. It's working. It works. And the reason you get that so good is because of how they're shooting these scenes. The most dialogue that we've got is that interview with Francesca. Other than that, it's pretty much just been watching, waiting, slow scenes. What are you doing, dude? My guy.
Can I help you?
Hello. Come on.
My watch.
My guy. He is here.
I'm sorry. Allow me.
Oh, helpful little boy. Sorry.
Yeah, they say a nice watch band is as important as the watch.
It's so interesting. I remember in Breaking Bad, he doesn't actually know about Gus. I mean, I'm assuming he does maybe after Walter, right? But like when he puts him in touch with Gus, he's like, I don't know who the guy is. I just know you go to the restaurant and you wait. I wonder now how much Jimmy did know, actually. Does he ever put it together? Does he ever clock it, you know? Gus, man.
We'll find it for you.
Oh, such a gem.
Oh, may I clean this for you? We have alcohol wipes.
What a...
That was very nice of you.
No problem.
It was, yeah.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. Thanks.
By the way, and I've done all this work in my Breaking Bad content, and I have like a Patreon video where I talk about this stuff in more detail, but just a little bite-sized thing of what I think of Gus. Despite, you know, the murdering stuff, you know, and the criminality and all that stuff, Gus himself is an impeccable businessman, and is an incredibly fair businessman as well. Like, he'll only brutally murder you or whatever, or take you out of the way if you have done something that has harmed either him, his people, or his business. Walter was like an annoying gnat that kept coming at him and kept messing things up more so than anything else. That meant he earned Gus's ire in Breaking Bad. But like, honestly, because when I finished my coverage of that show, I rewatched the whole show afterwards. And on the rewatch, when you go back to that episode where him, Jesse, and Mike go to Don Eladio and does all that with the alcohol and the poison and the pool, that is such a huge moment. That's actually like Gus winning, coming out on top. And like, he's impeccably timed everything and, you know, brought Jesse into the fold. Like at that point, like, and after that as well, he gives so much care and love and respect to Jesse. And obviously Jesse goes into that manipulated by Walter, and I'm so sorry, I'm just talking about Breaking Bad at this point, but like, it's important because this is how I feel about Gus, okay? And this is why I'm so excited. Because despite what you might think of him as a mob boss who, you know, is cutthroat and murders and blah, 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 he's fair. He is caring to the people that work for him. He does show respect when he sees and it's demonstrated to him that you've earned that. The reason that he acts in Breaking Bad in the way that he does, especially towards Walter, is because honestly, Walter is just a brat. He constantly puts the operation at peril. He then murders Gale, who I suspect and think that that was 20 years in the making. Finding someone like Gale, like Gus put a whole course together, a whole whatever, and he found someone that was perfect. And it was 20 years in the making, and Gale was the right person. He was perfect. And he was ready to go with Gale. It was Gale who persuaded him to go with Walter, and that was the Achilles heel. He created his own Achilles heel by doing that, right? And it was one slip that just ruined it all. And Walter just ruined it all. But that's my point. Walter was never the kingpin. He was never the powerful one. He just messed up so much and was so lucky that he got the better of Gus. And so sorry, I feel like in that show we didn't get enough of Gus. And I feel like on the rewatch I had so much more respect for Gus, right? And honestly, as a leader, as a powerful man in this world, he's so much more honorable than someone like Walter. So much more caring and nurturing than someone like Walter. Despite all the bad stuff and the criminality and everything else, right? And so sorry, that is why, just to explain, I was going to say in a nutshell, not really a nutshell, a bowl of nuts, to be fair, right? That's a bowl of nuts for you. What? Hang on, wait, hang on, let's just about how I feel about this man and why I'm so excited to see more. And I really hope that we do see a lot more of him in this show going forward. And if you're curious, by the way, and I've touched on things that you're like, go watch my Breaking Bad coverage. If you haven't, there is a Patreon video for my full rewatch of Breaking Bad, where I discuss all this stuff in more detail and my thoughts on the rewatch as well. So if you want to see all that stuff, link down below to all that, and it's over on Patreon.
He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't even look at anybody.
This is the thing. Gus's cover is so perfect. Jimmy, who was watching him like an eagle, didn't clock him because he's hidden in plain sight.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Sorry, I went back to this scene because I was talking a lot, but I did notice here, and I wonder whether Gus is onto him. He's a very clever man.
I know.
Look at this.
Been in worse places.
Jimmy's kind of not looking.
Thank you. That was
Here. Look at this. He's looking at him.
Else I can do for you?
no.
Always watching Jimmy, innit? He has that face on, the smile. Yeah. Always watching him though. Almost, it's so interesting, that face, that facade that Gus has on. There's a level of jovialness, of pleasantness to it. But there is under the surface something sharp in the way that he's looking at Jimmy. So interesting, and he's so well acted by Giancarlo.
You got some real James Bond stuff in here. This car doesn't have an ejector seat, does it?
I think we're done for today.
I mean, I cleared my morning.
That was your choice.
I mean, we gotta sit on him at least.
Thanks for your time.
It makes me wonder, does Mike ever actually like Jimmy? It brings me back to that scene in Breaking Bad where he does actually beat him up. And Jimmy's like, yeah, my own PI, threatened to break my knees or whatever.
Who's got your back? Me. That's who.
I'll keep that in mind.
See, Jimmy almost, he wants this camaraderie, this friendship or whatever. And Mike, I don't feel like ever feels it. It's kind of sad. Ooh, Gus out front. Hello? Yeah. Oh, okay. He definitely knows though, for sure. Wait, is this the same place? It could, I wonder if Gus is gonna come up to his car. No, that's not really a Gus move, is it? He definitely knows Mike's watching though. I don't think Gus is gonna come up, but he's gonna send someone to Mike's car, right? My man, you need to sleep though. Hello, there he is. That's who I thought it was last episode at Mike's car that he was gonna follow. All right. Ernie, my boy. Is this the witness, I wonder? Oh, hello. Interesting. You alright, mate? Oh, he's come to tell Jimmy about the recording. Interesting. And then Jimmy, I wonder, yeah, he's going to put his foot in it. Try maybe and get the recording. Break in, try and get the recording. Because it will. It'll make Jimmy act rashly. Probably. Unless he just goes straight over to Chuck and is like, dude, what the f***? We good? Good? Yeah? We happy? Okay, we're happy. Good.
Can't you just come inside?
Oh, he doesn't want to be on the camera? I guess maybe you're thinking about the print shop, right?
I didn't want to call you because then we'll leave a phone record.
Right, he's so paranoid now. Bless him.
But you just called me.
Guess I screwed up already.
Oh, Ernie, no, come on. Interesting. By the way, because I think Chuck, by doing what he did, thought Ernie would tell Jimmy directly. I think Ernie coming to Kim is very interesting because she isn't going to act the same way that Jimmy would, and actually might not even tell him because she knows Jimmy better than I do. And I'm saying Jimmy would act rashly. Do you know what I mean? So I wonder whether she'll keep that from him, maybe, to help him, to save him a little bit here.
If I tell you what I heard and not Jimmy directly, like we have a buffer.
Hey, I don't know the fidelity of that, but he's thinking about it at least.
I'm just worried about Jimmy. I don't want to get in trouble too.
Fair, mate. Fair play.
Tell Jimmy what?
Look out for number one.
Oh, well, it's important to get it updated, just like...
Hey, I like the wall though, Jimmy, mate. Well done.
Mr. Witchell, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Oh, I feel like they're enjoying themselves, man. Like Jimmy's enjoying himself. This is working. Okay, she's going to tell him.
What?
But it's good that Jimmy's not finding out solo and then acting solo, because I don't think he would bring Kim into it. He would think twice. The fact that Kim knows, this is good. This is better than it could have been, I feel like. It's good that, like, she is the buffer, because she can advise him a little bit here.
I can't
Give me $1.
give you $1.
Yeah, just
Oh, lawyer. Yeah. Lawyer. Oh, that's where we got it from. That's where we got it, because we haven't seen Jimmy do that yet, right? We saw him do it in Breaking Bad. Yes, we did, because when Walter and Jesse held him up, he was like, give me $1 and I'm your lawyer. Yes, of course he did. That came from Kim. Interesting. Protecting herself. Good on you, buddy.
All I got's a 20.
fine, whatever. I'm your lawyer now.
Yeah, she's thinking. Good.
We have
Perfect.
confidentiality.
Why do we need confidential?
What did you say to Chuck?
Perfect. This is brilliant. The only thing that might get him out of this is the fact that Ernie came to Kim first. That might be Jimmy's saving grace here.
There was mylar on the walls. There was mylar on the ceiling.
Yeah, what manipulation by Chuck.
He thought his brain wasn't working because of the Mesa Verde of it.
It's still so interesting to me that that's what triggered Jimmy. And that's what made me think it was too far over the line, right? If it actually persuaded Chuck that he was insane, that's way too far over the line. You got to kind of stop at that point, right? And it's exactly that line of thought that made Jimmy stop and come clean. Because that's so believable. And that's so brilliant as well. I don't know if you all had the same thought when that whole thing was going down, but it's so interesting that I had that thought and then the show did that. And because it's so believable to me that would have triggered Jimmy to be so easily manipulated and just come clean and therefore get caught on tape. It's so believable to me. And it makes so much sense based on Jimmy's empathy.
I had to.
Yeah, Kim, damage control.
Kim, he was broken. He was broken.
He wasn't.
So I told him, just to make him feel better.
Well, it made him feel better.
It's my word against his.
Jimmy, there's a tape.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There is a tape recording of you talking to Chuck.
Yeah.
He taped me.
Yeah, this is the thing. He's going to be so emotionally impacted by this. I don't think, at least at first, he's not going to see the trap that's being laid for him by Chuck. Because obviously we as the audience know that this is some scheme, right? The fact that Jimmy knows right now is because Chuck wants him to know. And they're not asking at the moment how coincidental it is almost that Ernie heard this to tell them. I mean, why would you also? But like, I do feel like the only one that could maybe puzzle this out is Jimmy. The con man that is Jimmy. The man with all the finesse that we've seen, right? The man with Marco's ring who thinks like that. Slipping Jimmy. He's the only one. And he's blinded. He's blindsided right now because he's just taken that emotional hit that Chuck taped him. That Chuck meant to do him harm. Willingly, right? Which is different, by the way, to what we've seen so far. Because yes, Chuck has been doing harm. But I do feel like to a large extent, it's not necessarily been super on purpose. It has been, but do you know what I mean? Like Chuck hasn't like set out necessarily with a full-fledged plan to bring down Jimmy. Because of all his repression, his repressed feelings, he has been taking that out on Jimmy, and it doesn't really matter at a certain point. It still makes Chuck a really person. But this is the first time that Chuck has like actively taken a step, like a planned step, purposefully to do serious harm to Jimmy. I'm not saying he's not done serious harm to Jimmy already. I think he's done a lot of serious harm to Jimmy. But there is a distinction in the way that Chuck has gone about it this time to what we've been seeing throughout the series so far. And that's a huge blow to him.
But I'm not sure what he can do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Legally, anyway. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Wow, bless her.
He made that tape for a reason.
Yeah.
And we just have to figure out why.
Kim keeping it on point because she's not as emotionally invested. Brilliant. That's how he needs to be thinking, which I understand why he can't right now. But it's great. Again, it's great that he's got her to be that voice right now in this moment.
We'll figure this out.
Bless her. He needs her. I was about to say, I don't even know when, at some point a little while ago. Oh, when she went into the car with Ernie, and I was like, please let this lady work. You know what I mean? Like, Jimmy's having her cover for him. You know, she's got Mesa Verde to take care of. Then Ernie's bringing her out and taking her away from the office, right? And it's like, dude, when does she actually get to work on her own stuff? You know, and now we've got this thing, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research. And it's like, dude, you got to work on your own stuff as well. Like, you know, she's doing so much extracurricular stuff. And bless her, she's doing so much more than she needs to. But that's the thing. I think she's perfectly almost trained to do that, because like I've said before, that is what she's had to do. She's had to go above and beyond, and that she's just trained. She's just ready to do that. She's ready to drown in paperwork and ready to drown in work to get the thing done, because that's just the playing field that she's so often been dropped into. She's the perfect person to deal with all this stuff because of that.
I see you brought paperwork.
Yeah, and then we see Jimmy walking away, putting it off, and her being like, no, we got to get on this now. This is serious. This is important.
You drive safe.
Oh, I do.
Hey, thanks, Francesca.
Yeah, damn. Really been put into the deep end there.
Those folks love you.
Who doesn't?
There it is. Who doesn't? This thing coming back to hit him that I was talking about. This thing of like, he's starting to resent himself. He's starting to really, really deeply, I think, seriously resent who he is as a person. That's not good. I hate to see that. That who doesn't speaks volumes, right? What was it? Yeah, it was the finale last season, 210, when he realized that this thing of people liking him made Ernie lie for him. This whole thing when he saw the ad. By the way, the ad, the little line that we had about his new ad coming out, I'm guessing that he took Fifi out of that. It's interesting. Because of, you know, obviously the guy coming in last episode. Sorry, interesting, but I'm not going to get too distracted by that. Yeah, that who doesn't. And I think the end of 210, or throughout 210, and we started to see him actually, Jimmy starting to self-reflect and starting to, you know, listen to the things that Chuck has been saying. And I think that's really unfair, because obviously it's coming through Chuck's brain, which is the words are coming through a lens of Chuck's own trauma and inability to process his own feelings, his own vulnerability, and especially his own insecurity in regard to his brother. Because like Jimmy and people liking him, and people liking him for him, right, and liking finding him funny and finding him warm and being drawn to him. Francesca coming in here and being like, these folks love you. That's not Jimmy's fault. He's not doing that on purpose. He's not doing that maliciously. He's not doing that to use it against people. But Chuck is persuading Jimmy that that's what he's doing, even if he doesn't mean to. And that's starting finally now to get through to Jimmy, which is really horrible. Really, really horrible. And I hate that, because someone that he loves, respects, and wants the respect of, Chuck, is constantly funneling that to Jimmy and making him feel bad for something that he's not got any real control over, because that's just who he is. The only thing he's going to do from that is to stop being that person, which is, you know, to then tamp down on who he is as a person, which is never good, never healthy. And at the very least, it's only going to make him feel worse for it. Do you know what I mean? We've got to be more careful about what we say to people, because like, especially when you have the power that Chuck has over Jimmy, that we've seen, the way that Jimmy sees him, perceives him, the respect that he has for him, the words that Chuck says, the deeds that Chuck does in regard to Jimmy, they're so affecting to him. And Chuck isn't wielding that power in any way carefully or empathetically. And he's directly still damaging his brother in an even deeper way than we've seen already. This doesn't just stop anymore at tearing Jimmy down professionally. It's tearing Jimmy down as a person, who he is, who he thinks he is, who he is to everyone around him. Chuck is starting to pick away at that. And you can see all of that just from that one line and the way that he delivers it and the context we know around it. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, beautiful. So much just from that. The intonation, the tone, his body language, his face as he says it, the sadness there, the exhaustion almost that you see there, the tiredness, you know. And it's interesting as well, by the way, the look at this cinematography here. It's like he's wreathed in shadow. He has a shadow over him. And I do feel like at this point, it feels almost like Chuck. Chuck is this shadow weighing down on him. Look at that. His face in shadow, this almost this kind of very private moment in himself where he's like, he's had this facade on where he's been dealing with his clients, right? And he's got the job done and he's done what he had to. This shot here, there you go. Closes the door, hand on the door. Finally, the sigh. There you go, yeah. The sigh as he's like, okay, done. Now I can let this facade drop. because it was hard to keep that up considering what he learned and the blow that he took. And then we see this, the facade has dropped, his face mostly in darkness, and you see the weight, you know, and I feel like it's emotional, this emotional weight on Jimmy as a result of everything that's happening. And what I just talked about, this picking away of his character, of who he is as a person, perpetrated by Chuck, the things that Chuck is doing. And this is the result right here. Look, this almost shadow of a man that Chuck is threatening to turn him into.
You were a tremendous help, Professor. Thanks for finding the time.
Hello, she already on the job?
As we know, New Mexico is one-party consent, so Chuck had a right to make the recording.
Right.
But you went to him worried for his mental health.
Right.
You said the things you did to make him feel better.
Yeah.
Mitigates the admission of guilt at the very least.
Okay.
We can poke holes in the custody. Throw doubt the voice on the tape is even yours.
Right. That's exactly what Howard said they would do too. So again, she's not quite necessarily at the moment on the plan, whatever plan Chuck's got. By the way, sorry, this pause here, is Jimmy doing the rolling technique that Chuck showed him?
Doesn't outweigh how prejudicial
He
it
is.
I think we need to get the whole
Look at that.
thing.
Yeah. Chuck not far off the mind, is he? This is the thing. We see this here. Kim, she's all business. She's talking about, like, you know, actionable stuff, which is exactly where Jimmy should be, but he can't be. And that, the way that he's rolling that tape down shows you where his mindset is at. He's all about Chuck. He's all up in his feelings. And I don't blame him. This is a huge blow to him, but I don't think any of this is really penetrating, unfortunately.
Even failing that, its probative value doesn't outweigh how prejudicial it is.
Yeah.
I don't think Howard will let him near Mesa Verde with that tape. Howard knows it will make HHM look terrible.
Ah, yeah, she's reading Howard nicely.
If Chuck has a plan for this tape, I don't know what it is.
That's scary.
At this point, all we can do is wait for his move, then act accordingly.
Yeah. Come on, Jimmy, get your head in the game.
Thanks.
My man.
Oh, hey, what do you think?
That looks great, dude.
I wanted it to look like morning over the Sandias.
Oh, that's cute.
I like it. It looks nice.
Yeah, Wexler McGill.
Doesn't it look like a stock market crash?
No,
It's nice.
it is nice. Again, I just wish they could have this.
You okay?
Yeah, he's not.
Kim, I'm good.
Dude, come on. No, you're not. It's gonna really bug me if he doesn't complete that. Can I just say? Yeah, exactly like Chuck showed you. Yeah. Going over, no, bad idea, bad idea. I feel like that's exactly what Chuck wants, dude. God damn, as soon as Kim leaves the room, I also feel like Mike is being led to a little bit of a trap here. Or he's just gonna find the bug, right? Yeah, they're playing with Mikey boy. Hello, okay.
Yeah.
Come on, don't you cliffhanger me. Swear, I swear. Who dis? Howard? That is a nice car, son. That makes sense for his car, especially how shiny it is. Where is he? Why are you running like that, bro? You okay? Where is he? Okay, you're not supposed to be here. Message received. My guy. You are getting some dust on that suit. What are you doing? Well done. But I tell you what, he does dress impeccably though. Man, Mike, you are not. Honestly, like that tie colour with that suit colour, buddy, dripping. Is this the, what are they called? The kettleman? No. Wait, what's he doing? Is he making sure no one sees him come in? Did Chuck request this?
He parked over in the next block.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's keeping this very on the down low. He's so paranoid. Hey, fair play to him. I get why.
Give us a moment.
Yes, sir.
What is this about?
This has been going on for 8 days now, and
Right.
no indication that it's going to work.
Okay.
But the cost of these round-the-clock private investigators is
Oh, I see.
really starting to add up.
Is it?
This is our duty.
Oh my God.
As officers of the court,
Oh, shut up.
we have an ethical obligation.
Yes.
My brother broke the law.
Oh my God. Is he like seriously this obsessed? Again, that's that word, isn't it? With sticking it to Jimmy that he's draining the coffers at HHM just to do so. Like, sorry, no. Yeah, Jimmy broke the law. You could use that money to help so many other people rather than making sure you stick it to your brother. That's not even the point of it. The point is that Chuck can't see himself to have lost to his stupid, dumb, ne'er-do-well brother, right? Because that's how he sees him, and Jimmy got the better of him. Jimmy won, and Chuck can't take that. It's an obsession. It's like, just let it go, man. Just let it go. It's like, no. It's not as important as you are making it out to be. There's more to it than that. And the more to it is this toxic obsession that you have to do intense and serious harm to your brother.
We have an ethical obligation.
Yes.
And this is the way that he justifies it to himself in his head, even though it's insane. We are ethical officers of the law. Shut the f up. By the way, just a little note. The fact that Howard went and did what he did and climbed over the wall, ran through the gardens, trespassed, all that stuff, with this very meticulous, very clean, very professional to-do man. Him doing that, climbing over walls, getting his suit dusty, a little bit disheveled, all that stuff, that's huge, by the way. I've commented on it before and how big a thing that is to him as a person, as a character, to who he is. The fact that he would do that again at Chuck's beck and call just demonstrates once more the deep roots, the deep claws that Chuck has in Howard. The way that Howard respects him. The length to which Howard will go to please Chuck.
Jimmy will most likely break in while he thinks I'm sleeping.
Right, that's what you're waiting for.
It just makes the most sense he'll try to steal the tape under cover of darkness.
Yeah, you're trying to catch him. I mean, the fact that he came out of the office so aggressively makes me think you're right, mate.
I know my brother.
No, this is the thing. You think you know him while you know one part of him, and also while you know how he used to act and behave. You've never allowed yourself to see any other part of him, right? That's the thing. There's so much more to Jimmy than what we know Chuck perceives Jimmy to be, and Chuck doesn't see anything else. Therein lies the issue. Ah. Here we go.
Open it now! I swear to...
I want him to do, oh my God, he's going to kick it in. Sorry, what I was going to say was that I want him to get in there and to appeal to Chuck's heartstrings a little bit.
Chuck! Jimmy!
You can't do that.
You take me! You asshole! Jimmy! You pulled that heartstrings, cunt!
Yeah.
Oh, my brain used to work, I'm sick!
Oh, everyone's made themselves scarce, haven't they?
No wonder Rebecca left you!
Ooh, did she? Not surprising. My guy, there are witnesses. Witness! Oh God. Howard, the PI guys, yeah. Look at them. They know as well. They're the witness to this. Oh God.
Is this it? Is this it?
Jimmy.
For this, you destroyed our family? You happy now? For what?
Yeah.
Is that all there is, Chuck? You tell me or I'll burn this whole goddamn house to the ground.
Oh, that's a threat.
You need to step away.
Howard,
That's enough.
you were a witness to what happened here?
Yeah.
I'm a witness.
You slimy little git, Chuck. Slimy man. All Jimmy had to do was not do anything. All he had to do was not do anything. That's it. That's all he had to do. Damn it, that's not good. All right, well, that rounds up episode 2, Witness. We saw him. Oh, we saw him. Hey, Gus's return. Hopefully we get to see a lot more of him. But that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you are new to Better Call Saul Sundays and want to catch all the rest of them, subscribe down below. Thank you, as always, to my beautiful patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Early access over there. Links down below if anyone is interested in that. We will be back next week for another Better Call Saul Sunday and everything else in between. That being said, try this video right here, and other than that, I will see you very, very soon.